In the competitive world of electric vehicles, Tesla has been the undisputed leader for years, setting the pace for innovation and global sales. But could that reign be in its final days? In China, the world's largest and most dynamic EV market, Tesla faces fierce competition that is redefining the global dynamics of the industry. This market, which accounts for more than 50% of global electric vehicle sales, has been the epicenter of an intense price war, led mainly by domestic manufacturers seeking to consolidate their dominance. To stay competitive, Tesla has resorted to drastic price cuts of between 20 and 30% on its most popular models. Had it not done so, its sales would have fallen significantly last year, underscoring the pressure even a giant like Tesla faces. However, there is one player in particular that has not only challenged but surpassed Tesla on its own turf: BYD, the Warren Buffett-backed Chinese manufacturer. BYD doesn't just dominate in numbers, it is redefining success in the automotive industry. In 2023, it hit an impressive record of 2.4 million new car insurance registrations, which is an indicator of how many cars were sold and officially put on the road, and sold over 3 million vehicles in China, representing a 67% increase from the previous year. And in the last quarter of the same year, BYD sold a record 526,000 vehicles, overtaking Tesla as the global leader in electric vehicle sales. All of that makes it the leading brand in China with an 11% market share. What makes this growth even more impressive is the shift in perception about Chinese manufacturers. For years, foreign brands dominated the automotive market in China, while local brands were seen as minor competitors. Today, the narrative has changed dramatically. Chinese manufacturers not only lead in market share, but are also producing vehicles that compete with and often surpass the most recognizable global brands in quality, design, and technology. BYD's ambition is not limited to dominating the Chinese market. In 2023, its exports grew by a staggering 334%. The impact of this growth has not gone unnoticed. According to CLSA, BYD could enter the top 5 of the world's leading automakers by 2026. While Tesla remains a global titan, BYD's speed, scale, and strategy represent a seismic shift in the industry. This is not just a pivotal moment for BYD, but an indication of how the rise of Chinese manufacturers is reshaping the balance of power in the global automotive market. Can Tesla maintain its position, or are we witnessing the dawn of a new era led by BYD and other Chinese giants?
The early days, from batteries to electric cars.
BYD, short for Build Your Dreams, began in 1995 in Shenzhen, China, under the visionary leadership of Wang Chuan. Originally, the company specialized in making cell phone batteries, standing out for its ability to compete on cost. For its first decade, the focus was clear: we are going to outperform all the competition. With clients such as Motorola and Nokia in its portfolio, BYD consolidated its success in the battery market. But Wang had a bigger dream: revolutionizing the automotive industry. In 2003, he acquired Xi'an Sichuan Automobile, and just 2 years later, launched his first internal combustion car, the F3. BYD didn't stop there, though. In 2008, it introduced the F3 Decimeters, a plug-in hybrid that showed the first signs of its transition to electrification.
Your first steps in the automotive industry.
If you've driven or ridden in an F3 or F1, you'll know that these models, named after Formula One, were ironically basic. Equipped with Mitsubishi engines, they did the essentials, but were far from revolutionary. But in 2010, BYD took a leap into the future with its first all-electric vehicle, the E6. Although the E6 represented a technological breakthrough, it failed to capture the interest of average consumers. Its main market was taxi drivers, attracted by government incentives. Despite some progress, BYD's automotive division did not experience explosive growth during the 2010s. Although sales gradually improved, profits remained limited. In fact, between 2018 and 2019, BYD's annual sales declined, raising questions about the company's future in the automotive sector.
The turning point: BYD would never be the same again.
But first, we want to tell you briefly about a promotion. Are you one of those people who spend many hours in front of the computer or behind the wheel, ending up with tired eyes and not being able to sleep well? If so, consider purchasing blue light blocking glasses. With these glasses, you will take care of your eyes while protecting your sleep. Eliminate eye fatigue, designed to reduce the strain caused by screens and intense sunlight. Sleep better. Blocking glasses and orange lenses block the wavelengths that interfere with your melatonin, helping you rest more deeply. Style and comfort. A lightweight and adjustable design that adapts elegantly to your face. Don't keep sacrificing your visual health or your rest, because your eyes and your sleep deserve to be taken care of. We have selected some for you based on quality and price, and we leave you the link in the description of the video or in the first comment so that you can go and get yours later. But don't leave yet, because this is where this story between BYD and Tesla gets better. In 2019, the story began to change. Models like the Tang and Han, designed by world-class German experts, marked a drastic change in aesthetics and quality. Seeing these cars for the first time, you couldn't help but think, this is no longer a basic BYD. This is something that can compete. The real turning point came in 2022, when BYD decided to completely abandon the production of internal combustion vehicles. Since then, it has focused exclusively on battery electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids, targeting the mass market to dominate sales volume. However, it was not an immediate pivot to fully electric vehicles, but rather a strategic transition. A crucial factor in BYD's story is the backing of Berkshire Hathaway. In 2008, Warren Buffett, attracted by the battery business, acquired 10% of the company for about $250,000. Although Buffett admitted not fully understanding the technology or the Chinese market, he did trust Wang Chuanfu, whom he described as a unique leader in 10 million. Buffett's initial investment turned out to be a brilliant move. Since then, BYD's stock has soared more than 1,400%. However, in recent years, Berkshire Hathaway has reduced its stake in the company, selling more than 60% of its shares since last summer.
Why this partial departure of Warren Buffett from the company?
There are two main reasons. First, geopolitical concerns. Buffett has expressed concerns about investing in regions with potential for conflict, citing examples such as TSMC in Taiwan. Second, the price war initiated by Tesla in late 2022, which has unleashed fierce competition in the electric vehicle industry, putting pressure on all players, including giants such as BYD. The outlook for electric vehicle manufacturers in China is not as bright as it might seem at first glance. Although some giants are making notable progress, most Chinese manufacturers still face significant financial challenges. While it is true that brands such as Tesla and BYD lead the market, the path to profitability remains a struggle for many of the companies in the sector. In fact, only a few companies in China have managed to make consistent profits in this highly competitive market. One of the keys that has allowed BYD to stay ahead is its price-focused strategy. Unlike other competitors who try to gain ground through premium pricing, BYD has taken a completely different approach, making its vehicles more affordable than the competition. An impressive example of this is the recent launch of the Seagull, a vehicle that debuted in Munich with a base price of just $11,500. This price is a true revolution in a segment where electric cars typically exceed $35,000, challenging traditional brands and creating a new category of low-cost electric vehicles. But the key factor behind this strategy is not just price. BYD's expertise in batteries also plays a crucial role. The battery is, without a doubt, one of the most expensive components of an electric vehicle, accounting for up to 30% of the total production cost, however. BYD has managed to significantly reduce these costs by designing, developing, and manufacturing its own batteries on a large scale. This not only allows them to cover their internal needs, but also makes them one of the leading battery suppliers globally. BYD has specialized in lithium iron phosphate, LFP batteries, a type of battery that has a 30 to 40% lower production cost per kilowatt hour compared to other battery technologies used by its competitors. In addition, LFP batteries have a longer lifespan and are safer. Thanks to this technology, BYD has been able to reduce the cost of its electric cars, which in turn has allowed for a wider adoption of electric vehicles globally. In 2020, BYD launched the Blade, a lithium iron phosphate battery that not only improves the energy density of electric vehicles, but also incorporates much higher safety standards than conventional batteries. According to global reports, BYD's Blade battery is now considered one of the best in class globally, which has significantly contributed to closing the gap in range and safety compared to other technologies. This technological advancement has been crucial in consolidating BYD's position as an industry leader. BYD is not just a passenger car company. In fact, its reach goes much further, with diversified production ranging from electric trucks to city buses, as well as other commercial vehicles. This diversification has allowed the company to not only dominate the private consumer market, but also position itself as a key player in electric public transport. One of the most notable examples is its operation in the United States, where BYD produces and sells electric buses from its factory in Lancaster, California. These electric buses have been highly successful, not only in the United States, but also in Latin America, where the demand for electric transport is growing. In fact, in countries such as Mexico and Brazil, BYD has managed to penetrate key markets, positioning itself as one of the main suppliers of sustainable public transport vehicles. You probably didn't know this, but passenger cars account for the bulk of BYD's sales, and the company has managed to create a diverse product line that covers a wide range of prices and consumer needs. Among its most notable lines, we find the Dynasty series, which includes models such as the Kin, which starts at around $14,000, and the Tang, a higher-end electric SUV offered for a price of around $34,000. But without a doubt, one of the most interesting points of BYD's strategy is its Ocean series, which is aimed at younger consumers and families looking for affordable electric vehicles, but with attractive and modern features. Within this line, we find the Seagull, whose base price starts at just $10,000, which places it as one of the cheapest electric cars on the market. In addition, the Seal, an electric sedan, has a starting price of $22,000, standing out for its elegant design and advanced technology. The most notable thing about the Ocean series is that it is designed with a young audience in mind, but also with families looking for functional and economical vehicles. For example, the Dolphin, another model in the series, is available in a variety of vibrant colors, making it a popular choice, especially among women and young families. Despite its success in the mid-range and low-end market segment, BYD has not stopped targeting the premium segment. To do so, it has created luxury sub-brands that compete with some of the most prestigious brands in the world, such as Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche. These sub-brands include Denza, a joint venture with Mercedes-Benz that has produced vehicles such as the D9, a luxury minivan, and the N7, an electric SUV that competes directly with the Tesla Model Y. Yangwang launched in 2023 with models such as the U9, an electric supercar, and the U8, a luxury SUV with cutting-edge features, as well as its newest model, the U7, which promises to offer 4 electric motors and a range of around 500 miles. Bangcheng, another sub-brand launched in 2023, debuted with the Bao 5, a luxury model that aims for exclusivity and advanced technology. This expansion into luxury is a clear sign of BYD's ambition to challenge the dominance of the premium market giants. Through these sub-brands, BYD is showing growing confidence in its ability to compete in the luxury segment, which will have profound repercussions on the global automotive industry.
Expansion outside China, the new horizons of the industry.
As BYD establishes itself as the leading electric vehicle manufacturer in China, its sights are set beyond its borders. With the Chinese domestic market slowing, margins shrinking, and local competition intensifying, BYD has adapted its strategy to expand into international markets. The company has identified the need for geographic diversification to sustain growth and has launched a strategic expansion into key regions such as Southeast Asia, Europe, and Latin America. Since 2018 and 2019, when Chinese markets began to show signs of slowing down, BYD decided to go beyond its home market. Today, the company has achieved a total market share of 43% in the electric vehicle sector in Southeast Asia, with countries such as Thailand, Brazil, Colombia, and Israel standing out as key markets. In Thailand, for example, BYD has seen meteoric growth, becoming the country's best-selling car brand in just 1 year. This kind of geographic expansion is no coincidence. It is the result of a meticulous approach to identifying markets with great potential and suitable infrastructure for electric vehicles. Last year, BYD took an even bigger step by launching its foray into Mexico, a key market for expansion into North America. This aligns with its ambitious plans to continue growing in South America, a territory where Tesla still has little presence. In addition, the company is planning to double its sales in the Philippines and Singapore in the coming months, reaffirming its aggressive global expansion strategy. BYD's expansion into Europe is undoubtedly one of the company's most significant moves in recent years. Europe represents fertile ground for electric vehicles, not only because of the strong legislative push towards the electrification of its automotive fleet, but also because of the purchasing power of its consumers and the robust charging infrastructure that supports the growth of the industry. To ensure its presence in Europe is even stronger, BYD has invested in logistics infrastructure, a crucial factor in ensuring operational efficiency. In 2023, BYD transported 13,000 electric vehicles to Europe using its own massive cargo ship, capable of transporting up to 7,000 vehicles in a single trip. On its first trip to Germany, BYD delivered 3,000 vehicles, underlining the company's commitment to reducing logistics costs and having direct control over its supply chain, which in turn allows it to optimize its profit margins. In addition, BYD is establishing its first manufacturing plant in Europe, located in Hungary, as part of its strategy to strengthen its presence in this key market. However, Europe also presents regulatory challenges for Chinese car makers, as European authorities have begun to investigate the state subsidy practices that companies like BYD have benefited from. The European Commission has opened an investigation into the subsidies that Chinese companies receive to produce electric vehicles, which has raised fears that these practices may be affecting fair competition in the European market. According to the Rhodium Group, BYD received around $4.3 billion in subsidies between 2015 and 2020, raising concerns about the impact of these subsidies on the price of Chinese electric cars in Europe. The US market remains a challenge for BYD. Although the company is preparing to enter the United States, it faces significant tariff barriers. Electric vehicles manufactured in China are subject to a 25% tariff, while cars imported from other countries face an additional 2.5% tariff. This makes BYD's vehicles a less competitive option from a price perspective, which has delayed its entry into one of the most lucrative markets in the world. However, BYD has found a strategic solution to this problem: Mexico. The company has announced plans to build a factory in Mexico, which will allow it to avoid US tariffs thanks to the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. Cars assembled in Mexico will not face tariffs when exported to the United States, which represents a significant competitive advantage for BYD in the context of the high tariffs faced by Chinese cars, and that is if President Donald Trump does not intervene to change everything. By 2025, BYD is expected to begin shipping vehicles assembled in Mexico to the United States, thus consolidating its presence in the North American market. This expansion in Mexico could also open the door for other Chinese manufacturers to set up factories in the country, taking advantage of the trade advantages of the USMCA. This move could pose a significant threat to American manufacturers, especially in a context of record wage and benefit negotiations by the United Auto Workers, the union for workers in the auto industry in the United States. The Australian market is another example of how BYD has managed to effectively penetrate key markets. Since its entry in 2022, the company has quickly captured 14% of the EV market in Australia, a remarkable achievement considering that Tesla continues to dominate this segment with a 53% share. What is more interesting is that BYD has achieved this growth in a market where Chinese vehicles do not face tariffs, which has allowed it to compete more effectively against Tesla and other established international brands. Elsewhere in the world, the picture is similar. BYD has shown that its business model, based on affordable, high-quality electric vehicles with superior operational efficiency, is ready to challenge global giants. As the company expands its presence in key markets such as Asia, Europe, and Latin America, its strategy seems to be paying off, putting BYD in a prime position to dominate the global automotive industry. Chinese companies, led by BYD, are redefining the global automotive market. With more affordable, high-quality, and technologically advanced vehicles, Chinese brands are not only competing with established players, but are exceeding consumer expectations worldwide. China, with its massive production capacity, can easily meet half of the world's demand for electric vehicles, making it a dominant player in the industry. BYD's integrated and highly efficient business model presents an almost insurmountable challenge to many traditional brands. Unless strong trade barriers are put in place, Chinese companies like BYD have the potential to dominate the global EV market in the coming years. The global automotive industry will have to adapt to this new reality or face a radical transformation led by the innovation and agility of Chinese manufacturers.